The old saying goes, iron sharpens iron. That's exactly what Tony Vitello does when he brings in players. That's exactly what he does with his coaching staff as well. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel, Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball reported earlier on. Richard Jackson, assistant coach for Tennessee, has apparently decided to step away to pursue some ventures outside of baseball, some kind of business ventures, is what Kendall Rogers said, because some people asked him, hope everything's all right. He said, just exploring some business ventures away from baseball, nothing bad at all. But Tony Vitello goes back to a familiar face. And yes, I know it was announced earlier this week that Kirby Cannell will be an volunteer assistant coach, but goes back to the well of Ross Kivett. Ross Kivett was here with Tony Vitello for 4 years. He left in 2021 to go to Houston. At the time that Kivett was here, if I'm not mistaken, he was a volunteer assistant because you only had so many coaching spots. Now they've added more assistant spots since then. That's where Richard Jackson came in after Kivett had left. But Kivett was the associate head coach at Houston. He did big things for Tennessee while he was here. At Houston, he was the hitting coach, he was the third base coach, and he worked with the infielders. And it talks about on the Houston website about how the program really grew. Their hitting grew, their home runs went up, their slugging went up, stolen bases were up. It talked about how their infielders had a 982 fielding percentage. They posted some of the best that they had while Kivett was there. So just ranked 7th in the nation and then 5th nationally in turning double plays as well. And 2022, Houston turned around their program. They finished 2nd in the American in batting average. One season, it said, after finishing 7th in that. But Kivett comes back again. He was here when Tennessee started building that program back with Vitello, when they went to the Chapel Hill Regional. He was here in 2020 when things were going well. 2021, because if you remember, was it the Texas game? I think he got tossed in the College World Series, if I'm not mistaken, and which was kind of a funny thing and kind of ridiculous at the same time. But Tony Vitello brings back a strong top-tier assistant coach to go with Frank Anderson, to go with Josh Elander. Now you add Kivett into the fold. Again, iron sharpens iron. And this is a great hire, bringing Kivett back into the fold. And to me, where it comes into play down the line is it's not a matter of if, but when Josh Elander gets his shot. I was really kind of surprised he didn't get a shot this offseason. But I don't think he's going to take just any job either. I know South Carolina, there was a portion of South Carolina fans who wanted him at South Carolina. But Josh Elander, the hitting coach now, of course, third base coach, he works with the catchers now. I think it's big that you're getting a guy to work with the infielders. I really do. It's there's to me some questions on the infield this coming year, just in terms of not so much ability, but where do you play guys at? There's going to be questions. Who's going to be your first baseman? How is the infield going to play out? The fact that you're getting a top-notch coach in so many facets of the game, to me, that's excellent. That is excellent. That's excellent ball from Tony Vitello. It's excellent by getting Ross Kivett back into the fold. And then, in the event that Elander does move on at some point, here you've got Kivett. Now you got to think he's probably at some point going to be a candidate to get his own coaching job also. But in the event, let's say Elander leaves next offseason, here you have Kivett, a guy who can move right into that third base coach, who can move into that hitting coordinator role as well. Can't say enough about this hire. It's a great hire. Again, he did great things when he was here. The fact that they're getting him back after, 3 seasons in Houston, that's just big. During that time when he was here, Tennessee was 50 and 18 in 2021. They climbed as high as number 2 at some points, and just said his main responsibilities when he was at Tennessee before was coaching the infielders while assisting with base running and hitting, on top of serving as Tennessee's camp coordinator. So to me, Tennessee can improve in their base running. Tennessee can improve in their fielding. There was times last year it got a little iffy with the fielding. I think this was a big help, a big help, a big hire for Tony Vitello and his staff. This, again, reload, not rebuild. That's what Tony Vitello and staff does in Knoxville. Biggest question to me, what's remaining, is when are we getting this extension for Tony Vitello? I don't know what. I'm sure the Schlossnagle contract probably changed things. The national championship changed things as well. Whatever it is, I feel confident it's not. Again, it's a matter of when, not if, he gets that extension and in the fold. Keep you notified on any other stuff. Tennessee did get another baseball commitment yesterday. I'm going to sit down here in a few minutes and put together a video, try to find some film of him and kind of look at what he's got and what he brings to the table as well. And then, of course, Josh Heupel takes the stage here in about an hour for the start of pretty much the unofficial start of football season. Josh Heupel will talk. Joey Halsey will talk. Tim Banks will talk. And it did say that Nico will be at the mic at some point as well. That'll be exciting to see also. But I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports channel. Hit the thumbs up. Sharing it out. Sharing it out's a big thing. Moving forward, Monday nights, I'm going to go 7 o'clock. I'm going back, moving it back to 7 o'clock. Didn't get a turnout I hoped last night, but that's all right. We'll go from there. And, as this thing continues to build a bit. Also, Monday night, 7 o'clock, that is going to be the time moving forward on Mondays. Then I'll go from there with other stuff. Membership tiers are available. If you hit that join button, there's membership tiers of $2.99, $4.99, $9.99. The perks are listed. There's also that link if you want to help support the channel for Patreon as well, for as little as $1 a month to help support the channel. But I hope you have a great rest of the day. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports channel. Go Vols.